هيك وصفونا شلحونا لواعي وربطونا واحنا هيك في بعض ربطونا.
نسمعهم صاروا يطخوا صاروا هذا نقول خلص.
This is the story of three young brothers, Nafiz, Ali, and Alaa, and how they were used as human shields in direct contravention of the laws of war. On the 5th of January, the Israeli army forced them from their house at gunpoint. This Israeli army magazine, found in the ruins of a destroyed Gazan home, shows Nafiz, who is 16, along with three men, before he says he was stripped to his underpants and bare feet and used as a shield for the soldiers. It would be 8 days before he was allowed to return home. International law forbids the use of civilians as military shields. It is a war crime. These Israeli soldiers were filmed in 2007 in the West Bank. They are seen shielding behind the Palestinian civilian in the black t-shirt as they go on house-to-house searches. The Israeli military have also used children before. Here, in this photograph taken in the West Bank, a boy has been tied to the front of a military jeep. The youngest of the three brothers, Alaa, is just 14.
وقفونا على الحيط نزلوا فينا ضرب شلحونا أواعينا.
حرقونا وحرقوا الجوالات قدام واحنا بنطلع فيه.
Their mother Nisreen watched her sons being taken away.
أنا شفت الشوفة لقيت بطلت أجمع يعني حسيت إن أولادي راحوا. بتطلع فيه الجندي بقول لي أنت حماس بقول له لا أنا مش حماس. إحنا مزارعين وأنت جاي الشطر عن مزارعين.
The Israeli army was searching for Palestinian fighters.
بعدين بقوا ياخذونا يعني على الدور كضراع بشري إلهم. بقوا يخششونا في الدور.
Bound and in only their underwear, the boys were sent into each house to check they were safe for the soldiers to enter.
بقوا ماخذيننا معهم وخوف مع المقاومة تطخ عليهم عشان لو طخت عليهم يجي فينا الإطلاق ما يجيش فيه.
خششونا على البيت واحنا مكتفين ومغميين وقعدنا في البيت بيجوا ربع ساعة بعدين طلعونا برا وصلبونا على الحيطان وبعد ما صلبونا على الحيطان صاروا يطخوا حوالينا.
The houses were searched one by one, then each was destroyed.
هذه قاعدونا برضه تحتيها قاعدونا قبل ما يقصفوها بقى فيها جيش برضه. لما طلعونا من وراها من غاد ودونا على البيت هذا.
وما كنت عارفة عن أولادي أي حاجة يعني. قعدت 4-5 أيام وأنا بنامش طول الليل. طول الليل بتحضن في الولد الرابع. حسيت خلاص أنا فقدت الثلاثة ماليش إلا هو هذا الرابع. طول الليل وأنا بعبط فيه وبدفي فيه حسيت أنا خلاص فقدت أولادي الثلاثة.
After using them to clear the houses, the soldiers then marched the boys to a makeshift Israeli camp. The young prisoners were then forced to kneel in front of a line of tanks to deter Palestinian fighters from attacking the camp.
كانت الدبابة تمشي كانت ورانا احنا فكرنا ان الدبابة تطلع فوقينا.
يركز على جنبه يقول له اعدل حالك يخبطوه ويقول له اعدل حالك ما نعرفش ننام بالمرة. بعد يوم ونص حوطوا علينا سلك وبعد ما حوطوا علينا سلك يعني صارت تقع الشظايا تاعت القذايف علينا وفي حجر بطون طار علينا من غاد ووقع حيو عنا هان.
Ali and Alaa were released into their neighborhood.
ولما رجعوا أولادي يعني ما صدقتش يحضنوا فيه وبوس فيهم. رجعوا لي 2 والثالث ما رجعش. يعني أنا لما أولادي 2 دخلوا علي كمان حسيت إنه الثالث يعني معدوم. إيش اللي صار في الثالث؟ يعني بسأله وين أخوك قاعد الصبي يصيح ما جاوبنيش وين أخوه.
Nafiz and some of the other prisoners had been taken over the border into Israel.
رمونا فوق بعض واخذونا جوا عندهم على المستوطنة يحققوا معنا كانوا يحطونا عند المحقق ويضل ايش بدنا حماس وما فيش عنده تفاهم بيغلط عليك وبيضرب.
Nafiz was later taken back to Gaza and released. Israel's own Supreme Court has ruled against using civilians as shields, declaring that it violates international law. In their defense, the Israeli army has accused Palestinian fighters of using their own people as human shields. But investigations by Amnesty and Human Rights Watch have found no evidence to back up these claims. We asked the Israeli army about their use of human shields in this conflict. They refused to give an interview to The Guardian. Instead, they issued this statement.
Israeli forces were instructed to make no use, for any purpose whatsoever, of the civilian population during the combat, and certainly not as human shields. After an inquiry with the commanders who fought in the area, there is no evidence that such events occurred. Anyone who chooses to accuse the IDF of these acts creates an incorrect and false impression of the IDF and its soldiers, who act ethically and in accord with international law.